Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm V. Ravi Kumar, and with me is Maria Albina Michael with the Midday News. The headlines. President Ram Nath Kovind confers gallantry awards at the third Defence Investiture ceremony at Rashtrapati Bhavan today. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman takes part in credit outreach and financial inclusion program in Jammu. Construction of 65,000 kilometers of national highways is being done under Bharatmala Phase 1 and 2, says Union Minister Nitin Gadkari. Supreme Court dismisses writ petition challenging the proposal of land use change in the Central Vista. Delhi government lifts ban on construction activities as air quality improves in the national capital. Over 117 crore 63 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered in the country so far. Recovery rate stands at 98.32%. United States advises its citizens not to travel to Germany and Denmark due to spike in COVID cases. And in hockey, Men's Junior World Cup 2021 tournament to begin from tomorrow in Odisha. Indonesia Open Badminton Championship begins today in Bali. PV Sindhu and Kidambi Srikanth to lead Indian challenge. As India created history by administering over 100 crore vaccine doses against COVID-19, All India Radio salutes all the doctors, nurses, other frontline workers, and all those who got vaccinated and made this possible. Even though the country has achieved this feat, we caution our listeners that the battle against COVID is not yet over. We appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and also help others get vaccinated. During the festival season, please follow these 3 simple steps: wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, and focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact the national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. President Ram Nath Kovind conferred gallantry awards at the third Defence Investiture ceremony at Rashtrapati Bhavan today. Colonel Santosh Babu was accorded Mahavir Chakra posthumously for resisting Chinese army attack while establishing an observation post in Galwan Valley in Ladakh sector during Operation Snow Leopard.
शत्रु का मुकाबला करते हुए असाधारण वीरता के लिए महावीर चक्र कर्नल बिकुमाला संतोष बाबू 16th बटालियन द बिहार रेजिमेंट मरणोपरांत। उन्होंने शत्रु के साथ हुई भीषण मुठभेड़ में गंभीर रूप से घायल होने के बावजूद युद्ध जैसी चुनौतीपूर्ण परिस्थितियों में कर्नल संतोष बाबू ने अद्वितीय साहस एवं अद्भुत संयम के साथ अपनी बटालियन का उत्कृष्ट नेतृत्व किया। उन्होंने राष्ट्र सेवा में अपने प्राण न्यौछावर कर दिए।
Subedar Sanjeev Kumar of 4 Para Special Forces was accorded the Kirti Chakra posthumously for an operation in Keren sector in Jammu and Kashmir in which he killed 1 terrorist and injured 2 others.
शत्रु का मुकाबला करने के सिवाय असाधारण वीरता के लिए कीर्ति चक्र सूबेदार संजीव कुमार 4th बटालियन द पैराशूट रेजिमेंट स्पेशल फोर्सेस मरणोपरांत। सूबेदार संजीव कुमार ने विषम परिस्थितियों में एक खूंखार आतंकवादी को मार गिराने, 2 आतंकवादियों को घायल करने एवं अपने घायल सैनिकों को बचाने में असाधारण वीरता, अदम्य साहस तथा अनुकरणीय निस्वार्थ सेवा भाव का प्रदर्शन किया। भारतीय सेनाओं की सर्वोच्च परंपराओं का निर्वहन करते हुए राष्ट्र रक्षा में अपना सर्वोच्च बलिदान दिया।
Naib Subedar Nuduram Soren, Havaldar K. Parani, Nayak Deepak Singh and Sepoy Gurtej Singh were awarded Veer Chakras posthumously for their gallant actions against the attack by the Chinese army in the Galwan Valley as part of the Operation Snow Leopard.
शत्रु का मुकाबला करते हुए वीरता के लिए वीर चक्र नायब सूबेदार नुदुराम सोरेन 16 बटालियन द बिहार रेजिमेंट मरणोपरांत। हवलदार के पलानी 81st फील्ड रेजिमेंट मरणोपरांत।
नायक दीपक सिंह सेना चिकित्सा कोर 16वीं बटालियन द बिहार रेजिमेंट मरणोपरांत। सिपाही गुरतेज सिंह 30वीं बटालियन द पंजाब रेजिमेंट मरणोपरांत।
Indian Air Force Chief Air Chief Marshal Vivek Chaudhary received the Param Vishisht Seva Medal.
Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launched various projects and schemes of banks, Small Industries Development Bank of India and National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development like Tejaswini, Hosla, Shikhar and Shikhara schemes at Jammu today. Our correspondent reports the Finance Minister also distributed sanction letters, checks, among the beneficiaries of various schemes financed by different banks at this juncture. Ms. Sitharaman, along with the Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha, visited stalls put up by entrepreneurs who have benefited from credit availed from J&K Bank, State Bank of India, NABARD, through schemes such as PM Swanidhi, Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program PMEGP, before taking part in a credit outreach program in Jammu. The Finance Minister also interacted with the beneficiaries of various government-sponsored schemes. Ms. Sitharaman, who reached Srinagar yesterday for a 2-day Jammu and Kashmir visit for the first time after Article 370 abrogation, inaugurated the Chinars, the new Aikar Bhavan and residential complex at Raj Bagh. The Finance Minister will also address the media at Raj Bhavan, Jammu in the afternoon.
Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari has said that construction of 65,000 kilometers of national highways is being done under the Bharatmala Phase 1 and 2. He said the government is expeditiously working towards the development of a national highway network of 2 lakh kilometers by 2025. Mr. Gadkari said this while addressing the annual session on Bharat at 75, Empowering India Today for Tomorrow, through video conferencing yesterday.
My ministry is constructing 65,000 kilometers of national highways under the Bharatmala Phase 1 and 2, and we have a plan to develop around 35,000 kilometer highway under Bharatmala Phase 1, with an overall capital expenditure of rupees 10 lakh crore. 20,000 kilometers of this is already under construction. The government is expeditiously working towards the development of a national highway network of 2 lakh kilometers by 2025. We are developing 22 greenfield access control expressways. Additional 8,500 kilometer expressway have also been planned to develop in near future. I have recently inspected the work currently underway on the rupees 1 lakh crore Delhi-Mumbai expressway, and it is 1,350 kilometer long and 12-lane greenfield expressway.
The minister said under the Green Highway Mission, the government is carrying out tree plantation and transplantation along the national highways where larger participation of the local communities, farmers, NGOs and private sector is expected. He said, in order to utilize the benefits of huge investment in infrastructure, the private sector can invest in building logistic parks, smart cities and industrial parks along the corridor.
In Puducherry, the central team headed by the Joint Secretary in Home Ministry Rajiv Sharma visited the rain-affected areas this morning and assessed the damage caused by the recent rainfall. The team visited Indira Gandhi Square, Pillai Chavadi, Manaveli and other areas and witnessed the damages. The District Collector, Purva Garg, PWD and Fisheries Department officials accompanied the team and explained them on the spot. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Rangasamy sought an interim relief of 300 crore rupees from the centre for the relief and rehabilitation works in Puducherry and Karaikal region. The Supreme Court today dismissed a writ petition which challenged the alleged proposal to change the land use of Plot 1 in the Central Vista area from recreational to residential for the new official residences of Vice President and the Prime Minister. A bench comprising Justices A.M. Khanvilkar, Dinesh Maheshwari and C.T. Ravikumar said that unless the petitioner is alleging malafides, the court cannot interfere since it is a matter of policy.
The Supreme Court today called upon the authorities, including National Testing Agency, to grant relief to a disabled student who was denied 1 extra hour to write the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test, NEET, as mandated under the Rights of Persons with Disability Act 2016. The bench of Justices D.Y. Chandrachud and Vikram Nath held the exam body was bound to follow the rules which allow for relaxation for persons with disability. Lack of remedy will cause irreparable injury. Authority cannot be allowed to get away. To this end, the National Testing Agency was directed to see what remedy can be made available to remedy the injustice meted out to the petitioner who suffered from dysgraphia, a neurological disorder that impairs writing. As part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Department of Justice under the Ministry of Law and Justice has organized various activities. Speaking exclusively to AIR News, Secretary of Department of Justice Barun Mitra talked about these programs which have reached people across the country.
During this event, 2 telelaw movies were released along with a new logo and mascot for better outreach among citizens. A telelaw mobile app was also launched for enabling seamless connect of beneficiaries and panel lawyers. As part of the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebration, mobile vans were deployed in various parts of the country to spread awareness about telelaw, and a substantial number of beneficiaries were registered for pre-litigation advice.
Chemicals and Fertilizers Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia today said there is sufficient availability of fertilizers in the country. He said there is no shortage of fertilizers. Dr. Mandavia said a meeting was held with the agriculture ministers of all states and union territories regarding the availability of fertilizers. He called for use of alternative fertilizers like nano-urea, which is more productive and maintains soil quality. Over 117 crore 63 lakh doses of COVID vaccine has been administered in the country so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Union Health Ministry said more than 71 lakh 92,000 vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours. The ministry said 12,202 COVID patients recovered during the last 24 hours, and the national recovery rate stands at 98.32%. Till now, more than 3 crore 39 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19. The country reported 7,579 new COVID cases in the last 24 hours.
The union government has said that more than 131 crore COVID vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far. Health Ministry today said that more than 21 crore 92 lakh unutilized vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories to be administered. In Madhya Pradesh, anti-COVID vaccine second dose tally crossed 3 crore mark yesterday. A total of 8 crore 8 lakh 10,697 anti-COVID vaccine doses have been administered so far in the state, including 5 lakh 70,044 yesterday. A report.
The state has so far administered more than 8 crore vaccines. Vaccination against COVID-19 is being carried out in around 9,500 vaccination centers in the state. Meanwhile, the state reported 13 new cases, including 5 in Bhopal and 4 each in Indore and Damoh districts. The death toll remained unchanged at 10,526. There are now 91 active COVID cases in the state. Pooja Pivardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
In our bilingual live phone-in program, Corona Jagrukta series, Dr. A.K. Vashne of RML Hospital, New Delhi, will be with us today to answer the queries related to coronavirus. Listeners can ask questions to the expert from 9:30 p.m. on toll-free number 1-800-115767. Repeat, 1-800-115767. And on telephone number 011-2331-4444. Repeat, 011-2331-4444. You can also post your queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by using #AskAir. This live program can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.nic.in and on our YouTube channel News on Air Official. United States has advised its citizens against traveling to Germany and Denmark. This has been advised by U.S. officials following surging numbers of coronavirus infections in Europe. The U.S. State Department warned Americans yesterday not to travel to Germany due to the very high level of COVID-19 infection in that country. The advisory came after fresh advice from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. Denmark, Belgium, Croatia, Hungary, Austria and the Netherlands have also been issued with the CDC's highest level 4 warning. Germany, the EU's most populous nation, is currently grappling with its fourth and most severe wave of the pandemic.
Samvidhan Divas or Constitution Day is celebrated on 26th of November every year. Celebration of Constitution Day was started in 2015 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Briefing media in New Delhi today, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi said this time the main function in Central Hall will be organized by Lok Sabha Speaker and his Secretariat. President Ram Nath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in that. Mr. Joshi said his ministry has developed 2 portals, one for online reading of the preamble in 22 official languages and English, and another for online quiz on constitutional democracy.
We are the most successful world's largest democracy because of our constitution. To make this to understand to the present generation, these 2 programs, one is reading of the preamble and another one is about the online quiz. If they can daily see what is the happening and what are the questions they have come, and if they try to understand that, the entire constitution's basic principle of the constitution, every citizen can understand.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. President Ramnath Kovind confers gallantry awards at the 3rd Defence Investiture Ceremony at Rashtrapati Bhavan today. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman takes part in Credit Outreach and Financial Inclusion Program in Jammu. Construction of 65,000 kilometres of national highways is being done under Bharatmala Phase 1 and 2, says Union Minister Nitin Gadkari. Supreme Court dismisses writ petition challenging the proposal of land use change in the Central Vista. Delhi government lifts ban on construction activities as air quality improves in the national capital. Over 117 crore 63 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered in the country so far. Recovery rate stands at 98.32%. United States advises its citizens not to travel to Germany and Denmark due to spike of COVID cases. And in hockey, Men's Junior World Cup 2021 tournament to begin from tomorrow in Odisha. Indonesia Open Badminton Championship begins today in Bali. PV Sindhu and Kidambi Srikanth to lead Indian challenge. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter, handle @AIR News Alerts. चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lay the foundation stone of Noida International Airport in Jaiwar, Uttar Pradesh on Thursday. The development of this airport is in line with the vision of the Prime Minister towards boosting connectivity and creating a future-ready aviation sector. A special focus of this grand vision has been the state of Uttar Pradesh that is witnessing the development of multiple international airports, including the recently inaugurated Kushinagar Airport and the under-construction international airport at Ayodhya. Uttar Pradesh is poised to become the only state in India to have 5 international airports. The Delhi government has lifted the ban on construction and demolition activities in view of an improvement in the air quality in the national capital. Delhi Environment Minister Gopal Rai said that considering the difficulties faced by the workers due to the closure of construction work, the ban has been lifted. He said the government will continue to monitor the implementation of dust control measures at all construction and demolition sites.
Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai paid a visit to Kendra Vihar residential complex in Yelahanka today, which was flooded due to overflowing lakes caused by incessant rainfall. Speaking to media persons, Mr. Bommai said that 11 lakes in the Bangalore surrounding had overflowed and the water had flowed into the Yelahanka lake. The water had rushed into Kendra Vihar, reaching heights of 4 to 5 feet in the residential complex and surrounding areas. After respite from rain yesterday, the Bruhat Bangalore Mahanagara Palike had started rescuing people stranded in the 603 apartments and had provided them with food and drinking water. After inspecting the residential complex, the Chief Minister told media persons that the National Highways Authority of India will be approached to allow the water to flow under the highway towards the other side. Bharatiya Janata Party today attacked the Congress party, saying that the Congress was not concerned about the country's integrity and safety of the nation during its tenure. Referring to Congress leader Manish Tiwari's latest book on the national security situation of the country, national spokesman of BJP Gaurav Bhatia said Manish Tiwari has admitted that Congress government had put national security at stake. Manish Tiwari, who was a minister during the Congress regime, has questioned the United Progressive Alliance government's decisions after the Mumbai terror attack in his book. Mr. Gaurav Bhatia said it would be appropriate to call it a confession of the failure of the Congress.
पूरे देश की भावनाओं का सम्मान करते हुए श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने पुलवामा हमले के बाद हमारी वीर सेना को खुला हाथ दिया। उसका परिणाम आप सबके समक्ष है। बालाकोट एयर स्ट्राइक हुई, पाकिस्तान को घुस के ठोका, बताया कि भारत की ताकत क्या है, बताया हमारी सेना कितनी वीर है। भारत की तरफ बुरी नजर उठाओगे तो तुम्हें बख्शा नहीं जाएगा। लेकिन ये अनुमति मुंबई आतंकी हमलों के बाद क्यों नहीं दी गई? ये तो आज कांग्रेस के पूर्व मंत्री खुद कह रहे हैं।
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter @AIR News Alerts. Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase Hallmarked gold jewelry. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404. Issued in the public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events are being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Jan Utsav, All India Radio News brings its listener a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in morning news since 16th August and will continue till 15th August 2022. And now let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle. Today we are broadcasting the 100th episode of the series.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of this struggle every day.
Today, in our 100th episode, we commemorate globally renowned Indian scientist Jadeesh Chandra Bose, who died on 23rd of November 1937. A pioneer in plant physiology, radio technology, and various other scientific fields, Bose made many significant contributions to our modern understanding of the natural world. Bose's phenomenal scientific discoveries inspired the formation of modern India, has also imbued Indians with a reaffirmed identity in the fight against British imperialism.
Bose was born on the 30th of November 1858 in Munshiganj, Bengal Presidency, now in Bangladesh, to Bhagwan Chandra Bose, a civil servant who was also active in Hindu reform movements. Bose was raised in a home committed to Indian traditions and culture. His father got Bose admitted to a vernacular school as opposed to an expensive English language school to learn his own language, Bangla, and to know and understand a wide variety of people. The impact of this early life experience and contact with a range of different people stayed with Bose throughout his life and was clear in his attitude towards his work and life.
Bose's father overruled his wish to join the Indian civil services and instead sent him to England to study medicine at the University of London. However, his repeated illness kept him from completing his medical studies, and he instead pursued higher studies in natural sciences and physics. After returning to India, Bose joined the Presidency College as a professor of physics. Despite racial discrimination by British administration, he made remarkable progress in his research of remote wireless signaling. However, instead of trying to gain commercial benefit from this invention, Bose made his inventions public in order to allow others to further develop his research.
Bose made a number of pioneering discoveries in plant physiology and used his own invention, the crescograph, to measure plant response to various stimuli and thereby scientifically proved parallelism between animal and plant tissues. To facilitate his research, he constructed automatic recorders capable of registering extremely slight movements. These instruments produced some striking results, such as quivering of injured plants, which Bose interpreted as power of feeling in plants. In 1917, he founded the Bose Institute, a premier research institute of India and also one of its oldest.
While praising Jadeesh Chandra Bose, Rabindranath Tagore said, "From the temple of science in the west, far across the Indus, O my friend, you have brought the garland of victory. A crater on the moon has been named in Bose's honor. We salute this great Indian."
Today, we also remember a writer-journalist and cultural activist, Pyari Chand Mitra, who left us on the 23rd of November, 1883. Mitra is known for his contribution to the development of journalism and Bangla literature.
Mitra was a member of Henry Thoreau's Young Bengal group who played a leading role in the Bengal Renaissance with the introduction of simple Bengali prose. He was associated with various social initiatives and was a member of the Calcutta University Senate Bethune Society and the British India Association. He also worked towards development of agriculture in the country and criticized the system of permanent settlement. He also founded an organization for the translation of books on agriculture from English to Bengali.
In 1857, Mitra, along with Radhanath Sikdar, started a small magazine, Mosik Patrika, which used simple spoken Bengali prose. It was a major breakthrough in the use of Bengali, and the magazine instantly became popular. His novel, Olalair Ghorer Dulal, written under the pseudonym Tek Chand Thakur, used simple Bengali prose closer to the spoken speech of the day and was serialized in the magazine. So great was its popularity that the language style came to be known as Olali.
Pyari Chand Mitra continued to work for the betterment of Indian society till the very end. We salute this great son of the soil. That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
In today's episode of Aparajita, we will bring you the story entitled Rajmata Jijabai Ki Shaurya Gatha Akashvani Ki Zabani.
Odisha capital Bhubaneswar is all set to host the FIH Hockey Men's Junior World Cup beginning tomorrow. The mega sporting event is scheduled to continue till the 5th of December. Both the Sports and Youth Services Department of State Government and Hockey India have made all necessary arrangements for the mega event. The running commentary of the selected matches will be broadcast on FM Rainbow with RN support. It will also be available on News on Air mobile app and Prasar Bharati Sports YouTube channel. In badminton, world champion PV Sindhu and former world number 1 Kidambi Shrikant are leading India's challenge at the Indonesia Open starting in Bali today. The tournament, which is a Super 1000 event, will feature all the Indian shuttlers that competed at last week's Indonesia Masters, where two Indians, Sindhu and Shrikant, reached the semi-finals. In the opening round of men's doubles, Korea's Choi Sol-gyu and Kim Won-ho defeated India's duo of M.R. Arjun and Dhruv Kapila.
Now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. President Ramnath Kovind confers gallantry awards at the 3rd Defence Investiture Ceremony at Rashtrapati Bhavan today. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman takes part in credit outreach and financial inclusion program in Jammu. Construction of 65,000 kilometers of national highways is being done under Bharatmala Phase 1 and 2, says Union Minister Nitin Gadkari. Supreme Court dismisses writ petition challenging the proposal of land use change in the Central Vista. Delhi government lifts ban on construction activities as air quality improves in the national capital. Over 117 crore 63 lakh COVID vaccine doses administered in the country so far. Recovery rate stands at 98.32%. United States advises its citizens not to travel to Germany and Denmark due to spike in COVID cases. And in hockey, Men's Junior World Cup 2021 tournament to begin from tomorrow in Odisha. Indonesia Open Badminton Championship begins today in Bali. PV Sindhu and Kidambi Srikanth to lead the Indian challenge. And with that, we end the midday news.